Hey, what is going on, guys? Slick Joe here. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day and welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be going over the top 5 things I want to see in the new Infinite Warfare Zombies map for DLC 3. This isn't going to be a top 5 with a specific order or anything like that, just a list of the 5 things I think could make DLC 3 and Infinite Warfare Zombies in general better than it has been so far. So if you do enjoy this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I would really appreciate that a whole damn lot. Let's see if we can hit 50 likes on this video. I know you guys can because you have been destroying our like goals lately, but with that out of the way, let's get right into it. So the first thing that DLC 3 needs is to go more in depth with the story. Up to this point, I haven't been very interested in it at all. We know Willard Wyler brings our characters into these movies and that he's also a little messed up in the head, but aside from that, we don't know much more. Our characters don't have much depth either. Sure, we have a decent amount of information on their backstory about them and Willard Wyler, but not too much that really fits to the story or tells us what's going on or why anything's going on or really why we should care. Now, I know the story is still new and developing a little bit, but it's still not grabbing my attention whatsoever, which definitely needs to change. They need to flood us with story information in this next map. Whether it be through radios or in-game quotes, ciphers, cutscenes, whatever it is, just give us more storyline information. Try to get us excited. Try to get us to want to finish the map and want to be all the way through it to find that ending cutscene and just kind of play it and discover every little secret that it has to offer. If they do that, I think Infinite Warfare Zombies will be much better off going forward. Now, this leads me into the next thing that I think DLC 3 needs, which is better cutscenes. I hate to always have to compare Treyarch to IW, but just think about Treyarch cutscenes for a second. They always brought so much hype to the map because even though they were relatively short, they were jam-packed with not only awesome action scenes for like the casual player that doesn't give a shit about the storyline, but tons of storyline information and interaction between characters that you just can't get in-game. Every cutscene was special and amazing and brought something new to the table, making you want to beat the map and find every little secret it had, get to the end and find the end cutscene, and then that end cutscene made you so excited to find out what the next map was going to be and what that intro cutscene was going to be, and so on. This is definitely something that has been missing from Infinite Warfare Zombies. The cutscenes are short and don't bring us much info besides, you know, Willard laughing because he knows a hell of a lot of shit we don't know, and our characters teleporting around constantly confused about where they're at or how they got there. I feel like if IW just makes these cutscenes a tad more interesting, they don't even have to make them longer if they don't want. Just add a little more girth to them and just something there that you can kind of grab onto and you want to follow into the depths of hell. That was kind of weird, but still, you know what I'm saying? Something that just makes you want to play the map. If they do this, I think it will do wonders for the next map and the game mode in general again. So hopefully they have improved on those cutscenes this time around. Now the next thing I want to see is a more dominant wonder weapon with kind of a cool Easter egg side quest to unlock it. Up until now in IW Zombies, the wonder weapons have been pretty cool. Honestly, I like them all, but it usually lacks that one wonder weapon that can just obliterate large amount of zombies in front of you, clutch up for you, and just kind of dominate the map and help you out significantly. The crossbows were about the closest thing to that, in my opinion. Specifically, the wind one was like the really good one that could do a lot of damage. But aside from that, we never really had that just one wonder weapon that everyone would always fight for, or that you just knew was gonna clutch up, and when you would see it appear or when you would complete the quest to get it, you knew you were set because you had that wonder weapon that could help you out. If they could add something like that to DLC 3, then I feel it would add a different dynamic to the map and give people something positive to remember it by. Sort of like, you know, the Thunder Gun or the Apothicon Servant. Again, I hate comparing to Treyarch. I try not to do it, but you kind of have to. It's kind of the standard at this point, and there's something you have to compare to when they're going to be doing a zombies mode that is somewhat similar. Coming up next on the list is not hiding core map features like double pack-a-punch behind the main Easter egg. This really irritates me, and I feel it really hurts the replayability of the map because nobody wants to have to beat the main Easter egg every time just to be able to get the wonder weapon in the game or double pack-a-punch their gun or whatever it may be. It also hurts the casual player who wants no part of the Easter eggs and just wants, you know, run around, experience the game a little bit, be able to get to somewhat of a high round, and they have done these things on multiple occasions. They did it in Spaceland with Double Pack-a-Punch and the Exquisite Core. I know afterwards the Exquisite Core is patched to be in front of the Easter egg, but still. And Rave the Redwoods with the Smiley Wonder Weapon, and then in Challenge Shuffle with the Katana Wonder Weapon. Now, I'm okay with rewards like achievements, cutscenes, or anything a little extra that doesn't really affect the main core functionalities of the game. You can add that stuff as a reward for the main Easter egg. Any little things that you can think of, that is fine. But stuff that is so kind of crucial to the map like Double Pack-a-Punch, which just seems like it's a regular feature that everybody should be able to access, it should not be hidden behind the main Easter egg. Even the Katana kind of pisses me off from Challenge Shuffle, even though it is kind of a special weapon. It's not too practical, but it is really cool. And I feel like everybody should be able to use that weapon without having to beat the main Easter egg, especially, you know, in Challenge Shuffle, that Easter egg is no joke. Like, it does take a bit of practice. So the average player is not going to be able to beat that, and they're not going to be able to use the Katana, and that is going to irk them off. Now, to close it out, the final thing that IW needs to do for DLC 3 is stop having parts spawn in like 10 different locations spread out through the entire map. For example, in Challenge Shuffle, the parts to get the Pack-a-Punch machine were extremely annoying. I know I'm not the only person that thinks this is annoying. I've seen tons of people talking about this. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, then in Challenge Shuffle, the parts for the Pack-a-Punch were all scattered throughout the map. One of them had like 3 spawns spread out through the entire map. One had, I think, like 5 spread out through the entire map, and the other one only had 1 that was hidden underneath a Juggernog machine, and it was this tiny, tiny little coin you could barely see. It's just like the parts were kind of stupid and weird. They were hidden across the entire map, and they had just an unpredictable amount of spawn locations. In my opinion, this doesn't make finding Pack-a-Punch a hard Easter egg that's fun to do. This makes for a boring, time-consuming Easter egg where you just have to slow walk every single inch of the map, pressing square until you've picked something up. Not very fun in my opinion, just plain annoying, and it needs to be stopped for sure. So I'm hoping that they get rid of this and they kind of boil down to just maybe a 3 spawn in a specific area for each part system. I think that is the way to go. It's still kind of difficult to find. You have to look around for it. It can be tricky, but at the same time, it's not so tedious where you literally have to comb every inch of the map, which I don't think anybody wants to really do. Hopefully Infinity Ward will step up and improve on this, because doing any of these things will not only make DLC 3 a good map, but will help improve IW Zombies as a whole. At least I think it will. But enough of what I think. Now it's your guys' turn. Comment down below on what things you think DLC 3 needs in order to be a good map and improve the state of IW Zombies. Definitely let me know down in the comments below. I always really appreciate your guys' feedback, but that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Be sure to subscribe and drop a like if you did. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I better be seeing you in the next one. Catch you later.